cloud. There we go. All right, folks, we're kicking off the May 21 contributor comms meeting. What do we call it? Hold on. Kubernetes upstream marketing team meeting. So go ahead. So Paul, you want to talk about CNCF TV stuff?
Yeah, I don't know how much we can really do without too many folks here. Dan Pop did say he was interested in joining, and he was probably going to have the most context.
Okay.
I was just trying to get the two hooked up so that we could figure out where we could help. So their launch is coming up. I don't know the exact date, but it is within the next sort of 4 to 6 weeks. And they're going to be having a number of shows per week. I think they're aiming to have like a show a day spread across a bunch of stuff. I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't know how much is like exciting surprise and how much is not.
Okay.
You know, I think they might be trying to do some big splashy stuff for the launch of it. But I sort of wanted to talk through like what we can do to help promote and stuff. And I know we have some rules about the Twitter handles we have and what they can talk about as far as like Kubernetes versus like greater CNCF. So I figured that was something that we needed to figure through and work out if like there's particular topics we can or can't do, particular shows we can or can't do based on if they're like random CNCF landscape exploration or if they're Kubernetes specific. So I guess I was looking for some general guidance on that and then thoughts on how we're going to actually schedule stuff, tweets and stuff. I know we've got bots and things like that. So just work through what that would look like. See if it's worth putting some automation in from their calendars to auto tweet or not, based on whether or not, you know, we can, based on our Twitter rules.
Okay. That makes sense. Thankfully Chris is here because I don't know the answer to like most of those questions. And I know Taslin knows the tweeting stuff best, or I think she does.
Yeah, and we could push the larger discussion to next week when we have a bigger group as well.
Well, I'm sorry, I just showed up. I'm late. My bad.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
So what are we talking about here? Like
we're talking about the cloud native TV stuff that's going to be launched pretty soon.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to auto tweet episodes when they're about to launch or something?
Well, I just really wanted to figure out like what it is we can and can't do as far as like details, because I know we have some rules about if it's Kubernetes in general, we can do it. If it's CNCF specific, like if something was happening landscape wise about like random.
Yeah, no one gives a shit about that.
Right.
Like if it benefits the greater community, we should tweet about it, right? So if it is, I think most of cloud native TV would fall under this umbrella, not knowing the full show schedule, but I feel like most of it would. So it's one of those things where it's like, this is also a problem I have, right? Personally, at work, like shows are coming up. We need to send out social media about it, but you have to do that shit manually and it's fucking hard.
Right.
So we have some automation already happening as far as like a GitHub approval process. It'd be cool if we could figure out, and like I could bring my intern to this call next week because he has the same objective to like, hey, here's a calendar entry, turn it into a tweet kind of thing.
Yeah. And there's a app they're using I hadn't come across before, and I'm just looking for it. ClickUp.
ClickUp.
And it looks like they're using it to schedule shows and do other stuff. So they might have an API or webhooks or something we could potentially tie into
one app to replace them all. That's quite the title,
right? I haven't got even access to their section yet. I signed up for it, and then I'm like clicked onto their link, and it's like, you don't have an account. I'm like, yes, I do. So I need to get them to hook my account up into it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I figure for at least the first few weeks of it, we should probably be like getting the schedule, doing the pull request to schedule the tweets and sort of doing it that way. Once we've got a pattern, then we can figure out if it's automatable.
Automatable, yeah.
From ClickUp or whatever.
This is like a Miro / Kanban / time management /
dude, it's one app to rule them all.
Rule them all, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how much does this cost? I wonder. Because it'd be great to be like, just make this happen, and it be a service as opposed to something I have to build. Pricing.
Yeah. So
$5 a month. Okay, I'm gonna buy this.
I don't even know what it does, but I'll buy it.
I don't even know what it does, but I feel like it might help us. 100 meg of storage, unlimited tasks, unlimited members for free. Oh, this is a startup. Okay, this is for real. All right. I'm gonna see this and see what I can do with it, because if it can do like a GitHub issue creation / pull request thing from a calendar invite, and we can pattern it some way, that would be super dope. Right. You know,
even if it has some kind of API or webhooks, we can figure out the rest from actions.
Yeah, exactly. So
I was hoping to. Pop was talking about joining, and so I was hoping he would actually be able to talk us through what all this shit is and what we can do with it, but he hasn't shown up. I guess I can
ping him. Ping his ass.
I could do that.
I can publicly shame him.
We could also push the next week too, so no big deal one way or the other.
Yeah, I mean, Matt's not here, Kaslin's not here.
Yeah, let's push to next week.
Yeah,
all the important people. Like, none of us know what the hell we're talking about, so let's get the people who know.
I vaguely know what I'm talking about most of the time. So yeah, none of us know what we're talking about. Let's see, they just emailed me.
Yeah, writing up the tweet process is on my to-do list, so I don't even know what it is right now.
I thought it was documented somewhere.
It's
not.
It's not that it's not. It's just it may not be super accessible. You know.
Yes, exactly. All right.
Okay, well, I think that's good. So I just made a note that we're looking to support CNCF TV, and we may push the discussion next week. Asynchronously, Matt wants to know if anyone wants to submit for KubeCon LA together as a panel.
Holy shit, we only got 2 days to do that.
Yeah.
Let's roll. I would be happy to, but obviously I don't want to participate in a manel. So,
well, and in fact, you can't even submit one. So
that's even better.
Yep.
Wait, why can't you submit one?
Well, you can't submit a panel that you have to have at least one person that isn't identifying as a man in your panel.
Cool. Yeah. I know Kaslin has said she's up for a panel talk. I know I said I am. Piyush said he was too, I think. But Piyush, I think, is based in India and going through some shit right now. I forget. Anyways.
It sounds like we have enough interest to have like 2 panels that we could put together. We just need a topic and some placeholder names, and we figure out who's actually going to do them later, right?
Yeah, I've written probably 20 KubeCon abstracts this week. So if y'all want one done quick, fast, and in a hurry, I can do that. I'm now now really good at writing them.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, ping Matt, he like whatever he submitted last time worked twice, because we talked about almost the same things in 2 different sessions. So yeah.
Why don't we do like a group DM or just in the main channel and
tag contributor comms and just be like, hey, who wants to do a panel? And What do we want to talk about? Oh, hey, Paris, how you doing?
Hey, Paris.
Paris's iPhone.
It's not Paris, it's just her phone.
Matt
It's just her
listed,
phone,
Matt listed his previous submissions in the thing. So we're just going to,
Roll with those, submit it.
yeah, so we'll say continue discussions in Slack. Jason is happy to submit content and people. Good enough?
Sure.
Okay, so yeah, that's actually already in there. Want to talk about annual reports? Let me
Yeah.
get to a place where I
No,
can video.
that's-
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm all about this.
So cool. So we're gonna have a new inbound request probably in a second about inbound reports or year-end reports or something. I forget what
Sounds
that
like it.
year-end annual reports. There we go. Things in progress. I think there was that article. Hold on, let me go look. Polls mentioned or created. Sorry. No, wrong one. So we had the one article for with the one article for the SIG. I forget the SIG profile, but it looks like that's gone through. I can't find it here in my list.
Matt's article went out on like
Not-
the 14th.
No, not Matt's article.
Okay.
What's his name? Sorry, give me one sec. Canal.
Oh, that's right.
I don't see the.
Is there a pull request anywhere?
Yes, here we go. I was trying to find it, but I've got it in Slack.
Okay, cool.
Is it still open? Where are we at? Holy cow. This is why we suggest editing outside of GitHub.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, this is really long. Okay, so it's still waiting for changes requested. So it's going through that process. So I can update our doc. Here's the pull request. So I'll have that in there. Campaigns in progress. Is this campaigns or no? I'm trying to think where we put the current things that we have.
There's a board and
I'm thinking in the
notes.
notes, yeah.
Work in progress. There's a work in progress session, right?
Working session items, sure. I'll put it
Yeah.
right here.
That works.
Okay. Let's go with, so once Paris gets on, we'll talk about annual things, but for now, anyone else have any new items to hop into?
Man, I'm so exhausted. I couldn't even think of one right now.
Okay. I think I still have one open, waiting for that. Yeah, waiting for the workflow to go through. Let me see where that's at. Tied pending need. All right, so I think it's just looking for a. Okay, but never mind. There are changes. So there are changes suggested to that one. So the update to the workflow to talk about adding a new article, and that process is still rolling through. So I kind of dropped the ball on that. So my bad.
No, that's fine. You're good.
But I'll add it. Jason's docs update. Yep. Hello.
Paris.
Hey y'all.
How's it going?
It's going.
Mm-hmm.
It's going.
So annual reports, what's up?
Oh, so I didn't want to Kool-Aid man. I just came in.
No, you did. It's cool.
I know.
Oh yeah.
So we did these things called annual reports. I'm not too sure how much y'all have been paying attention. It's fine if you say none. So we did these things last year for various different reasons. Divya actually has like a blog post that is in the process of getting edited that she did last year before we actually started the process. So it was more like a lead-in blog post, but we never actually ended up doing it because we had a lot of issues with we beta tested it with the working groups. We ended up having some issues that we needed to resolve and like iron things out. And then, so we never got out that like pre-blog post. So we're editing it now for like a post blog effect. So what we did was each SIG and working group has a report. And this is also going to add in updates because we've taken updates away from the community meeting. Now, like they used to meet bi-weekly for the community meeting, and SIGs would update at least 3 SIGs would update there for 10 minutes. And then so therefore they had to update 4 times a year. And then of course, like the 2 to 3 KubeCon. So it was becoming a lot. So this annual report is supplementing the community meeting, but also giving the end user community as well as the broader contributor community an insight and almost a roadmap into each SIG and working group. So let me put the HackMD in here and then y'all can pull it up. So what I'm giving you right now is the summary. And the summary is all 37 groups. It's like exactly like, you know, what you would think in an executive summary. And it's 17 pages of amazingness. So there's the HackMD in chat, not in Slack, in Zoom chat. But and then let me give you the publication schedule.
Wow.
And
this is cool.
Here's the publication schedule. Hold up. That's also, you can feel free to put this on your notes as well at this point. Please don't pass around the HackMD file though, because you'll still see that there's a lot of notes and lorem ipsum text in there. So we're trying to get this done today.
Is it safe to put the HackMD link in our notes or not?
I mean, I would say so. I mean, the only people that are actually going to read it are y'all. Like,
right? Like,
you know,
I don't think anybody's trolling Google Docs for secrets.
Yeah, and literally in 2 days, it's going to be done anyway. So, like, I'm not too concerned about it. But don't tweet it. Like, not yet anyway.
No.
So the intentions are to put this on the cncf.io reports area where like the projects report in.
Nice.
But we're also thinking that we should have like as much eyeballs on this as possible. And the reason why is there's a good help wanted section in here. If y'all saw that, you could do marketing on this help wanted list for the next year, honestly. And that would be the best that y'all could give to us as a project, is the outreach in a coy way. I'm not talking about, you know, advertising every day for like what we're doing, but like as you're doing storytelling and as you're doing this kind of stuff, like what we did for SIG Scalability last year, where we like coyly wrote a blog post about them. And then all of a sudden they had a bunch of new contributors. There is a gigantic help wanted list in here. And it's something that we as a project have never had before. And it's a lot more than a good first issue and help wanted labels.
I'm
So
sorry to be, sorry to, if I'm asking a silly question here, but
Yeah.
can you give a little bit more context for the help wanted stuff? Like, so these these are the various SIGs that basically want folks to help them. And
Yeah.
if you saw Kubernetes articles, explaining who the SIG is and what they wanted, that would be really good. Is that
Yeah.
the long and the short of
yeah,
it?
I mean, and really just describing what the SIG does in that area in general. Because like what we did for SIG scalability was really, we like targeted the perf test nerd. And so when you target those types of folks, you want to talk about the performance tests, you want to talk about the metrics, like, and then all of a sudden performance test geeks were like, oh, wow, that sounds fun. Let me go hang out there.
Got it.
So, but anyway, like whatever you all want to do here, like, I feel like the sky's the limit. But we
Yeah.
definitely need some help with the first action here. And the first action is to get like this out to as many avenues as possible, pretty much every avenue we have. KDev,
Yeah.
Twitter, like I've got those listed in that GitHub issue. Of course, CNCF is going to help on their side as well with all the CNCF channels. But once we're ready for publication, I'll obviously let everybody know. And then that means that we're good to go. But this is also the first time we've ever had like a roadmap as a project in the current initiatives area. It's just a big, gigantic list of everything that's going on, and it's not in a spreadsheet in the enhancements repo.
Right.
So a lot of cool things in here that, like there's even a like not necessarily commits help wanted section where it's kind of talking to the end users as well about how they could help outside of just like giving feature time. So anywho, that's my annual report pitch, and we hope to do this once a year. We actually hope for it to come out in April, so we're clearly like 3 months late. So next year it'll hopefully come out in April, but the SIGs will start to work on it like at the end of December into March.
I noticed SIG multi-cluster, new ideas. It's like,
Exactly.
is that?
So yeah, you can go interview Paul and say, what the hell do you mean by new ideas?
Right.
And then like write a story about some of the ideas that they've had in the past sort of come to them that they've started, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
So one of the things this group is working on is kind of a tour through all the SIGs, right? Where we just do a Q&A. So it seems like future articles, we should just make sure that we add a help wanted section, right? Like what is that SIG looking for from the outside?
100%. And the problem though is like we had to, I mean, this is recording and I don't care, but we had to, with some SIGs, literally get them to just, we had to like just, I don't know, shake it out of them.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's so like a lot. That's why this data is so amazing, because I would say 9 times out of 10, most SIGs just say, I don't know, just go look at my help wanted and my good first issues in our repo.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
But that wasn't good enough for me this round.
Okay.
So we really went deep and like found out where they needed help, what areas they needed help and stuff like that. So if you hear that from people, don't settle for that.
Yeah. It's gonna make a note, right? Like it would be ideal if we could add as like a like if we do a template for the SIG tour guides, we could do a thing like, hey, please go to the annual reports help wanted section and make sure that you get them to elaborate on that while you're there. Yeah. Right.
Exactly. That would be awesome.
Right. Does that fit? So Chris is the person who's been on this the longest on this call. So does that fit, Chris?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
To be clear, Paris is the one that's longest on this call.
No, it's Chris, technically. I made this baby and then gave it off. So
Yeah.
I was just like, boop. That's what I do. I like to make babies and then give them away.
There you go.
Like, boop, here, have this marketing baby.
I had no idea what noise making babies made, and now I know.
Work babies anyway. Work babies.
It'd be
Oh,
a-
gosh.
Yeah, y'all, thanks so much for all your help. This group is so great, and it really helps us out with outreach, because we used to do this kind of like
Ad hoc.
just manually and ad hoc and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But now y'all can kind of like put some rhythm to it and stuff like that. So thanks a ton. So TLDR, I hope to have this done and out of a work in progress state today. So like all the text that you see that's not really like, doesn't really have like a noun and a verb in it, we'll hopefully have one today. And we're asking all of the chairs today, which is all, 75 plus of them, to re-review to make sure that we've represented them correctly. And then one of the most important things is we need to get this out to the end user community, because like the help wanted section is like written for them. Like it's
Right.
because you always hear from end users like, oh, I can't put in the time to submit features, or I can't put in, like, I can't do, like I can't get this approved to upstream, whatever it is. There's just more than one ways, as y'all know, sitting in this meeting, to contribute. So this is just pretty much us begging in some cases. Like the SIG testing one is begging for contributors. So I don't know, like, and if you want, I can help y'all prioritize some of like the who's begging for stuff, like crying begging kind of thing.
Yeah, that would be good to know.
So there's definitely a few in there that like need Vegas lights, and SIG testing is one of them. Because right now it's mostly Google.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And you can look at their dev stats and stuff and see that it's like 90% Google right now. And they are dying for just more people to come and stick around and play. So I'll ping y'all in Slack just and let you know, hey, we're ready to go. And if y'all want to pick like a date next week, once that does happen, to start kind of advertising, that's great. I will get the date from CNCF today as well as to when they can go live on the reports. And then I will report back to y'all.
Sounds good. Or I'm putting something in. You're interested in providing a prioritized list of SIGs to interview?
I would love to, just because from the report, I would say at least 5 of them came back with like, help us please. Not just like, help wanted kind of thing, but like, really like help kind of requests.
Got it.
Like I said, SIG testing was one. SIG ContribEx is actually another, because we really need more community managers to manage some of like the automation stuff. And then like SIG UI is really looking for Angular contributors that are going to stick around, because they only get like drive-by Angular dashboard contributors, and they need to do just like a rewrite.
So, sorry to
No.
Sorry to be disruptive, but
no, you're please.
As far as things we do for tracking like work to like, so sorry, Chris, to keep putting you on the spot. Where would we put like a prioritized list of the SIG tour items we want to write?
I would create an umbrella issue on our board, which is here.
Right. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Like you need to know where to put it, right? So I would put an umbrella issue just, and like from that umbrella issue link to the HackMD, and just say like all the help wanted sections could be blog posts, right? Like, and then we can just break it out into individual issues as we can and work on them like that. Does that sound right, Paris? That seem logical?
Definitely logical. If you're a chaos monkey like me, I would just say the top of your meeting notes
Mhm.
at the very least. That's just that Chris is the most transparent way, obviously. But
Right.
I'm just like, if you just want to take some notes just at the top of your meeting note, and we either steering or somebody else in ContribEx can ping the group and say, hey, this SIG's on fire and needs some help. You won't get that, too many times from us a year, except for this time where we have all of this information in a lump.
Mhm. Oh, this is cool though. I'm glad we
Cool.
have this.
All right, sweet. That's solid. I'll just make an issue into uncommitted, or well, let me look around, see if we've got something. Oh, there it is. Evergreen topic, SIG spotlight.
Is that well, I guess it would be an umbrella issue.
I don't
But I
know.
think that's,
I don't know if I can edit it.
let's see. Wonder if I can.
Nope. I don't want to go see his GitHub page.
Spotlight, evergreen,
I don't understand what this is.
copy, convert.
Sorry, I'm not good enough at GitHub projects to.
All it is a note. So
So maybe just turn it into an issue.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know how these boards work half the time.
All right. I'll just hold an action item for me to
Create a new note.
go.
Yeah, just put it at the top of the
harass
notes.
Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I can create an issue or something if we need to, but we don't need to do that today per se.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think priority right now is just to get the annual report out the door and
Mention people.
into the 50,000 plus eyeballs that are on the webs. And then maybe next meeting or something, we can talk about follow up. It would also be cool to have y'all come to steering sometimes, because we have we talk about a lot of stuff that would be interested to y'all to tweet out. You could even live tweet, whatever, live tweet, governance, paint drying off the walls kind of conversations, because that's exactly how it goes.
Awesome. Are tickets to that free, or do I have to pay?
Yeah, I know. It's all free here. It's all free.
Okay.
You have to be this tall to ride the ride. Yeah, no, it's all free. But yeah, we can, and the next steering session that we have, I think is the first Monday of June, and we'll absolutely talk about the actions after the annual report that we need to take as governance. That's some of the stuff that you see in there as themes, where it says areas to research. We're gonna start going hard and stubbing out issues for some of those areas to research and actually say what we do and stuff like that. So there's a lot more to come. So I just wanted to give y'all a brief as to what the deal is.
Cool.
Said steering's meeting on first Monday.
Should be first Monday. Is it not on the calendar? Hold up, let me look.
I might be on the wrong calendar too. Oh no, there it is.
Yep, 9:30, June 7th.
Let me see. Am I here? What's going on that day? Oh, it's Kubernetes' birthday that day too, by the way.
Oh my God! Yeah, get the cakes ready for Twitter.
Right? We definitely need to have something queued up for that.
Between Burkus and I, we're the royalty of branded Kubernetes food. So I'm sure we can give you photos of between that shitty cake. Oh, this is recording. Between that crappy cake that we made that Paul hosted, and I've got donuts from Voodoo that have Kubernetes on them, and all types of stuff. So yeah,
there's
that's what you should do. You should be y'all, tweet us a photo of your favorite Kubernetes food.
Wonder if I could I wouldn't eat it. Maybe my family would, but I could totally get a Kubernetes cake made.
Right. Oh, you can make it yourself, Chris.
You can get one made and then ship it to me, and I'll eat it for you.
Well, yeah, there's that too. I could do that. Yeah. But if I went to somebody with like the, the full printout of like the Kubernetes logo and said, make me a cake and put that on top, they'd be like, fuck you. No.
Chris is
To do
recording.
the CNCF landscape cake.
Yes. That would be awesome.
Well, that's a good point. Costco probably would do it.
Yeah.
You could get an individual cupcake for everything on the CNCF landscape and then assemble
them in the
CNCF
order.
landscape in
You'd get
cupcakes.
diabetes, like for sure. Like,
Yeah, like a
Would the
donut wall.
cupcakes go
Worth it.
bad before you put them all in the right order? Is the question.
So the other thing that I wanted to drop here that is not an action item, but it's just something that you should like be aware of is the contributor summit, which will be happening. I did not go to the community meeting yesterday, so I need to catch up on what people said, but it sounds like they
Same.
still want to do a hybrid event. Yes, that will need marketing. Inside of the event teams, when they do recruiting for the roles, they usually have a marketing role itself. I have told folks to like just get rid of that role entirely and have that role be performed by this whole team. But you'll hear from Bob or myself or someone else about like plans. I see Paul's in the summit staff chat, so I think y'all are pretty much plugged in. But I mean, we can do cool things there too. Paul, if you want to have an on-site cook-off, like that kind of thing. Sky's the limit. I really like throwing parties and we should have a party. So
What size is the contributor summit usually?
So we have no idea. I mean, usually
Yeah.
the last time it was 550.
Right. Like it's in the hundreds of people.
Right.
But
Yeah, last time
a
it was
virtual one
550.
could be massive, right? Like
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously it's like gonna be based on if everybody's comfortable coming out in person. We were thinking that it's gonna be at least half. I mean, we think it's like 250 in person and then maybe 250 online or another 1,000 or up to 1,000 people online. We have, as far as the funnel is concerned, I would say probably 1,000 core contributors, and then about 49,000 casual contributors. So most of the 1,000 is who we try to target for the contributor summit. And then obviously have like the tracks for new contributors and stuff like that and kind of everybody else. So that's it. That's all I had for today. I actually woke up for this. Okay.
thank you.
oh,
So curious.
So I was like, let me get somewhere where I can put my video on that isn't my bedroom.
Have we thought about what the hybrid component looks like yet for that, or
No.
is that we just?
I don't
early?
think so. I think Allison's working on like that piece being definitely more new contributor focused, so that because they need to stub that stuff out anyway. So
Right.
I think they're using that as like maybe a goal to get that done. I don't know. I know folks were talking about maybe unconferences or something in person because there's a lot of social distance rules at the convention center. So it's not like we can do a lot of like normally kind of weird things that we do. Like we can't play like charades or anything. I don't know. Maybe we could.
We could totally play charades.
But yeah, and
I'm thinking back to San Diego. We had a big old room for that. We could have played charades in that.
I mean, I'm down to have this just be like a celebration too, like, and not like any kind of like
structured thing.
Structure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like if people want to talk structure, like that's, I think the intention of the unconference is like, okay, you can have a room for your structure. Mm-hmm. Have a room for your discussion topic. But yeah, I think I'm just ready to like air hug and hug as many people as possible at this point.
I'm hugging people for real. I don't care what you say.
I will hug everyone according to their consent decree. So if they say no hug, I will air hug the heck out of you. So
Can Can we get badge stickers that specify whether you accept regular hugs
Huggable?
or air hugs?
Yes, that honestly
That needs
is
to be a
where
thing.
the ideas are, Paul.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm dead serious. Like I have a mask. I have a mask that says "Hug me." Yeah.
Oh, where did you get that?
And the one that says free hugs, because like my former recovering hippie self. So free hugs. Like I'll like hold up a little like, you know, a sign as I walk down the convention center. Free hugs, bro.
Wait, how would they hug you with the sign? You have to like put the sign down and be like, hug. Anyways.
All right. Well, I'm going to be quiet now because y'all probably have other work. So I'm going to mute.
Well, so we're actually,
I don't think we
think
did.
about through the list, right? So the only inbound request I have is annual report. So you're looking for feedback on the annual report as well as a follow-on action item, which is you'd love to see some amount of prioritization of which SIG we interview when, and ensure that we have a template that includes what do they need or want help with, right?
Yeah. But the most important, not feedback, but the most important thing is the channel distribution. So like the
Right.
Kate's.
So you don't want to.
We don't need to review it. We just
No,
need to
you don't need
distribute
to
it.
review it. No,
Yeah.
SIG docs and CNCF, and
Okay.
like there's going to be 25 eyeballs on this in the next 24 hours.
You just want help. You want help broadcasting it.
Yeah, get the broadcast out. Yeah, exactly.
So like KDev, Twitter, the normal places, right?
Yep.
Okay, so for something like that, sorry again to be like super.
No, ask away.
But for something like that, what's our like? Do we like assign action items to individual individual folks? Is that something that we just kind of like it defaults to like Chris or Caslin to do that? Like,
Yep. I think that
Yeah.
I haven't been around in a bit, and this might be a Chris question because I think that I think there is some kind of waterfall process that y'all have, right, Chris? I don't
there's a
know.
process for the tweeting for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily waterfall, but it's just like who's the most familiar with the process of tweeting.
Well, so Jason, maybe this is like a growing point for the group.
So we
have some so one of the things that I was like, it would be really cool, like when we did that template with marketing, like when we did this marketing template, it was like the idea was just to like kick things off, right? Like so somebody would enter the template and then boom, like Caslin and Chris would know to like start tweeting, and then Paul would know to send out the KDev email. You know what I mean? Like that was like the ultimate vision, right? And I'm not sure. So I don't know how y'all do it, but however you want to set those things off, that's fine. Just don't set them off before we're published, and B, if you want to spread them out, meaning like KDev email one day, tweet another day, you know, that's all on you as far as what y'all think is the best kind of thing. Or set them off all at the same minute, like whatever y'all want to do there. They just need to go.
Yeah, sounds good. When do you have how do you notify us when it's published?
I will ping contributor comms in Slack and just say we're ready to go, and that will have probably the CNCF report link with it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
And so we'll just
And like I can tweet that out the second it's available.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's easy.
Well, I'm sorry, Chris, I spoke over you.
You're fine. I probably spoke over you. But yeah, like once it's out, I can do a quick tweet. That's easy.
Okay.
But it's the progression of like, hey, these SIGs needs help. Like we can do those as tweets, blogs, the whole 9 yards, right? Like,
well, maybe we can just agree to do like a fire drill and self-organize once that goes out and see what that looks like.
Yeah. Like once Paris pings us,
okay,
let's get together and figure it out.
Okay, good. Got it.
Team.
Stay out of melee combat range. What? Yeah.
So it's going to be tweet
the report,
KDev or Kubernetes.
KDev the report, right? Like we need to have a nice email with
There's
the
going to be a mailing list, or Kubernetes.dev is the site, or Kubernetes.dev is the mailing list.
Kubernetes.dev is the contributor site.
Okay.
KDev is the mailing list.
KDev mailing list. All right. Any other, sorry, what are our other avenues?
So
Sorry to be a pain.
Kates.io blog, Paris just dropped it in chat here.
Kate, oh,
Kates.io blog, Divya did a post last year. We could
Okay.
refresh that. Discuss.kubernetes.io, like just copy and paste what Paris just put in here.
Yep,
into
yep,
the
yep. Got it.
notes. 'Cause this is 100% awesome.
cool. Yeah, now I've got a list of the channels that we have.
Podcast, ask
Maybe,
CNCF about
maybe
other
not all.
media. Our
We should have
employers.
that too. I thought we had that somewhere. Hold up, I'm gonna find that for you.
We have things, we definitely have things all over the place. I'm still just
No, all good, all good. No, it's I'm
kind of a noob.
yeah, all good.
I'm just exhausted,
One of
so
the
I'd
things
be-
that I used to like doing is, hold on, where is it? One of the things I used to like doing was looking at this Goliath, and like anytime I needed to do outreach of any kind, I would just go down this Goliath of a list and just use it as the channels that I needed to post on. Because these are all of our
Get in front of
channels.
the end user community.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's on us, so don't worry about that. But obviously if y'all have ideas though, we would love to hear them. Like our first one that we're gonna do is go to Katie with the end user community like meeting that they have. So that's one. But if there's other ways where y'all feel like you can get this out in front of the community, feel free. Like I know your employers probably have blogs that have reach. That's why I even put your employers as our employers as the last one, because they all love tweeting about Kubernetes. We all know that, you know.
Oh, I'm going to do it from the OpenShift account the second we do it from the KDev or Kate's
Yep.
contributors.
So
account.
yeah, I feel
yeah.
free to get the word out that way. But yeah, let's just drive traffic to some of these SIGs and get them some of the help that they need. And then most importantly, let the end users know what's coming up and what's on the roadmap for some of these groups.
Okay. Okay. Improvements. I'm just going to gloss over the rest of the improvements because I don't think we have enough folks here to talk about any bot updates that are coming out. Working session item. So I think the working session item's about done. Only big thing is, of course, Canal's article is still going through the process. My docs update is still, I didn't realize Matt had a suggestion, so I'll get that through. Tweet draft PRs. So here, if you're still looking for a Paul, here's where we go to put in the tweets. And then we've only got 10 minutes. So I say we skip the issue walkthrough. Does anyone know blog posts that need review, or does anyone have a blog post that needs review right now?
So mine's sitting there waiting for 2:15 to go live. 2:15 went live last week.
2:15?
Issue 250 or pull request 2:15. So first article in contributor story series that went out on the 5 days ago, it looks like.
Did you publish that one yet, Chris?
Did we publish my story yet, or the?
Yeah. Your
No,
story.
my story is not published yet, and I'm thinking
Okay.
we probably should just do it now.
Well, no, can you pop a link? I actually had a problem with some of your data.
Oh no, you had a problem with my data?
Some of your data was like, what the hell is Chris talking about with this? I'm serious. There was one that I read that I was like, oh, let me review this. Pop me that link. There it is. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna tell you what line it is exactly. Hold up.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this shit. What is
See,
Paris gonna make me change?
Just like
Bobby
let you know
reviewed
that
it.
I technically do read everything. I just might not comment. All right. It is.
There has been changes made to this.
Okay,
Since
all right.
you've reviewed it. So you tell me.
Okay, then maybe it's not. Yeah, because the first time I saw the first version,
Right.
you said you made a statement about like how many people were here.
Oh, I'm sure that number was wrong. If I
Yeah, that
if
was a
I
really,
try not to say
yeah.
numbers.
That was, that was a really wrong. It was like, where is he coming from with this? That's, I think it's gone because I don't see it anymore. Hold
Yeah.
up.
Okay. I remember there was
Uh,
one like I made. There was one thing that stuck out to Bob that was like, that's horribly incorrect. So he made me
That
fix
might,
that.
maybe that
Maybe
was
it's the
what
same
that-
thing. Yeah.
I think it looks okay right now. Hold on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is fine now. Yeah, there was, I can't
Okay.
remember what it was. I guess I'll just never remember. But there was
That's
something that
fine.
was
I mean,
glaring.
it's in the history, obviously, so, you know, at the pull
Yeah.
request. So.
Have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Check out repos for new work. All right. I think we got plenty on the thing. I added CNCF TV to maybe Paul, just not to volunteer for things, but I just thought that was also a good avenue for the annual report, right? Just have someone talk about it.
We should get Harris on a special episode of CNCF TV.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Or somebody, right, that was in the report making process. Not
So
necessarily.
if we
Harris.
get Pop's going to join next week, and so we can raise
Okay,
that with
cool.
him and figure that
Yeah.
out.
Awesome.
All right. Well, y'all wanna close out?
Sounds good to me,
Woo!
man.
All right, I'm gonna stop recording.
Okay. Bye all.